Be to this position.
Let's go. Be ready, soldier.
Hey everyone, it's Flakfire. Battlefield 5 devs dropped some serious info the other day with a new trailer and a dev talk video, revealing major details on new weapons, vehicles, maps, and even the single-player campaign. Most of the new info was hidden away in the new This is Battlefield 5 trailer. Some of the biggest takeaways were the confirmation of new guns and new vehicles. In the trailer, we actually get a very brief glimpse of the Well gun. This prototype submachine gun was designed by the British Special Operation Executives Station 9, but was never adopted. It was compact with a folding stock and was chambered in the readily available 9mm Parabellum. The Well gun reportedly had a fire rate in the neighborhood of 500 rounds per minute and was praised for its accuracy in tests. It used the same 32-round magazine as the prevalent Sten gun, and the Well gun had no charging handle. The user would instead pull back the ribbed bolt to ready the weapon. Another new weapon spotted was the Gustloff Volkssturmgewehr. This last-ditch German rifle fired the same ammunition as the Sturmgewehr 44 and used the same 30-round box magazine. We actually see it in action in the Dev Talk video where it does appear to be select fire. We also get a good look at the MP34 in the This is Battlefield 5 video. Many players overlook this weapon given its similarity in appearance to the Irma EMP or the MP28, which have both been previously confirmed for the full game. The MP34 was developed during the interwar years and was based heavily on the familiar MP18. The weapon had a fire rate of around 600 rounds per minute and could utilize 20 or 32-round magazines. In Battlefield 5, the weapon appears to be using the smaller 20-round magazine. The MKB-42H also appears in the trailer, though this appears only to be a visualization customization of the Sturmgewehr 44, since the weapon registers as a Sturmgewehr 44 after the kill. In the same scene, we also get our first look at the straight-pull Gewehr 95 in Battlefield 5. It features a forward medium scope, meaning it should be loadable with stripper clips. The Hogren shotgun also makes an appearance in the trailer as well, though it's been spotted in previous screenshots. For vehicles, it appears DICE is adding the Universal Carrier to Battlefield 5. It will be interesting to see how this is implemented in-game, if we're able to customize the vehicle's weaponry. This particular example is equipped with a light AT gun and shield. It does appear that the crew will be vulnerable from the rear and side, so that's something else to consider. The same scene also gives us a brief look at the Staghound armored car, and you can even spot the tanks here on the side. Meanwhile, the Panzer 38T popped up in the Dev Talk video. This Czech tank was adopted by the German army and saw service on pretty much every major European front. It mounted a 37.2mm Skoda gun for its main armament and featured 2 machine guns for infantry defense. The Panzer 38T chassis also formed the basis for the Marder III and Hetzer tank destroyers. Other vehicle-related goodies include the first look at the Stuka bomb sites, and if you look closely at the Spitfires in the video, a couple appear to be toting ground attack rockets. For emplacements, we can actually see an infamous German 88 on one of the North African maps. It's not immediately clear if this is a usable gun or just a set piece, but I really hope it's the former since the 88 was key to several German victories in North Africa. The map here is reportedly named Hamada and is one of the 2 North African maps included with Battlefield 5. The game's Twitter account says Hamada is inspired by a strategic point between Libya and Egypt. This probably references Operation Battle Axe, especially since the voiceover in the trailer later mentions the battle as one of the biggest tank battles in human history. Veterans of Battlefield 1942 will be excited at such news. The other North African map showcases an airfield and features some fighting among wrecks. Another new map spotted in the trailer is an unnamed map with sprawling fields and an idyllic French village. Combat includes land and air vehicles as well as fighting amongst the fields and within the town itself. DICE also announced the intent to release a couple maps post-launch in early 2019 based on combat in Greece. Some of the concept art for the maps resembles Crete, which was a hotbed of resistance activity during World War II. At the same time, devs promised to take players further into the conflict next year and showcase concept art for a couple of maps. This one could be Kursk with its rolling hills and what appears to be a Russian T-34, while this map featuring American soldiers is a dead ringer for the monastery at Monte Cassino in Italy. It shouldn't surprise anyone that DICE's plans to add the Eastern Front in Battlefield 5, but Italy, to me, was a welcome surprise. Meanwhile, other concept art shows a B-17 waist gunner and a B-17 crash landing on a battlefield. Hopefully DICE adds the Flying Fortress, since it has been far too long since that has graced the series. The trailer also revealed some serious new details about Battlefield 5's single-player experience. We already knew about the Nord-Lease war story, which appears focused on heavy water sabotage in Norway, but info on the other narratives here is new. The prologue here lacks a name, but it does prominently feature a pilot, so we can assume this has something to do with air combat, probably taking place early in the war. The icon for Tir-Allure confirms the story will highlight the contributions of French colonial troops to the war effort. DICE can take this quite a few different directions, ranging from the massacres of Senegalese troops in 1940 to the Algerian Tir-Allures in Italy. Under No Flag is centered around a British criminal tasked with operating behind enemy lines in North Africa. He's seen paddling a full boat, or a cockle, which is essentially a collapsible canoe. These boats were the insertion method of choice for the Special Boat Squadron, which operated all over the Mediterranean. We also learned there's more single-player content coming after launch. DICE confirmed a new war story called The Last Tiger will arrive at some point in the future, and the icon features the legendary tank. On Twitter, devs seem to be dancing around the topic of whether or not this war story actually takes place from the German perspective, but it really looks like that is going to be the case. If so, this would be the first time in the history of the Battlefield franchise we actually get to play as an Axis soldier in the single-player campaign. And that's all I was able to glean from the new video, so hopefully there's something in there that piques your interest. Be sure to tell me about it down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell to get updates on the latest Battlefield 5 news. If you want to support the channel, sharing this video on websites like Facebook or Twitter goes a long way to help. And a special thank you to all of you who go out and make that extra effort. And as always, thanks for watching.